you're planning out your bills every month, and then your rent bumps up and your groceries bump up and your gas prices increase, and so now it's not enough.
Rebecca Mason and her family moved to Spokane 6 years ago from Los Angeles with the intention of saving up to buy a home in a cheaper housing market.
Now, with having to pay higher amounts for rent, we don't have as much to put aside to save, and I don't know that I can see purchasing a home in my near future anymore.
Now, Rebecca says she and her wife have to pay hundreds of dollars more next month to stay in their current home.
$600 if we do not sign the year lease, and $400 if we do. We're not planning on signing that year lease, and are hoping to find other housing. That'll be a $600 increase. It was supposed to happen February 1st, and we got 3 weeks notice.
In a survey conducted in November by the Zone at the Northeast Community Center, 852 people in the city of Spokane were asked about the cost of living expenses. 59% said their rent went up in the last 6 months, and 43% said they saw an increase of up to $500.
I could have afforded a 7% increase, but I couldn't afford a 50% increase.
The numbers are similar for people living in Spokane County, like Shannon Corrick, who lives in Cheney.
We rented a house in Cheney, and we had lived there for years. Very stable housing situation. My landlord was really great. And then last year, he said he was going to raise the rent. If we signed a lease, it would be a 30% increase. If we did not sign a lease, it was going to be a 50% increase. And we could not find anywhere to move that was at all affordable.
That same survey conducted by the Zone asked 133 people who live in Spokane County about their rent. 54% said they had an increase in the past 6 months of up to $1,000.
When you have a 40-hour-a-week job, when you have kids, a family, housing is a number one concern. And I've noticed just in the past couple of years, homelessness has skyrocketed. People are living in their vans and their cars because they've got nowhere else to go and nowhere they can afford, even if they're working a full-time job.
Many local leaders, including Spokane City Councilman Zach Sapone, believe one solution to the rising rent prices is building more affordable multifamily housing in and around the city.
Last year we passed the BOCA, which is the Building Opportunity and Choices for All Act, and that changed to allow more middle housing. So that's up to fourplexes citywide, often in vacant lands, or changing the zoning so they can convert buildings into up to fourplexes.
Zapone recently spoke to the state legislature in favor of passing a similar law statewide that would allow for more multifamily housing units to be built in places that have been zoned for single-family homes.
Spokane alone cannot build enough units within city boundaries. So we need adjacent cities in the county to increase their density too. We can't solve the problem alone, and that takes a regional approach.
Right now, he's working on a proposal that would turn some of the empty parking lots in downtown Spokane into multifamily housing units.
So there's a lot of land downtown that is just not being utilized, and we have this great need for housing in our community. So the legislator is allowing the city and the state to defer taxes on those properties if they build housing and build affordable housing. So there's a requirement that 50% of those units have to meet the affordability threshold.
But for now, Rebecca, Shannon, and hundreds of other local residents are being forced to make tough decisions.
So at this point in time, I'm taking that rent increase and taking time to look around. And even though that is such a huge increase, when I look at the cost of applications and those pet deposits and that cost of moving, along with paying another deposit on a place, right? And having to time that perfectly with moving out from an apartment into another place, that is not the best option for us at this time.